Okay, today we're going to continue our Rook Endgame studies with the Philidor defense. If you remember in the Lucina position, there was a scenario where until we built the bridge, Black had that continuous check loop, which allowed us to not promote the pawn. The king had nowhere to go. So with the Philidor defense, what we're actually trying to do is create that check loop so that we can attain a draw as Black in this situation. So our king is trapped on the 8th rank, and White is trying to march this pawn to promotion. So the key elements of the Philidor defense are getting the king to the promotion square in front of the pawn, and then we want to be able to use our rook on the back rank here to deliver checks all over the board. Now, in this current situation, the white king does have the escape square here, and then this is extremely dangerous for us, right? Because now this is mate in the next move. So we've got to do something. And this is bad news. We don't want this. So we want to avoid that. So in this position, there is another move similar to the Lucina move. It's a rook lift, and what we want to do is we want to put our rook right here on the 6th rank, stopping the king from coming any further this way right now, and we want to wait for the advancement of the pawn. So let's say, to understand the rest of this position, we can see that White just is never going to gain any ground. Black king can just keep messing around. Let's say White goes over here. Black king just comes back. White king obviously cannot. White king cannot advance because the rook has this rank covered. So eventually, White needs to figure out something else in order to make any sort of advancement here. And how he was going to do that is pushing the pawn forward so that he's got this shield from the rook, and then he's got ideas of this, and then we're back to like mating scenarios. However, once the pawn is moved, now we've completed our objective as Black for the Philidor defense. All we have to do is bring the rook all the way back to the back rank here and start to deliver these vertical checks on the white king. So again, we don't have to worry about this. We just keep our king right here, and then let's say he tries to come forward. Now the game is drawn. As soon as it's our turn as Black, we just deliver a check. King no longer has this square to hide behind the pawn. He can't go here, and he still has to defend the pawn to salvage any chance of winning, but all of that is lost. So wherever the king goes, the Black rook checks. Here, check. And, there's just literally no square for the white king to vacate to stop the checks, and also protecting the pawn is his objective. So he has to just keep doing this, and we just check him all the way around the board until either his clock runs out or we hit some repetition and we draw. But that's the Philidor defense. So there's one more rook in game for you. Cheers.